Hello, thank you for tuning in to this broadcast. This is the Diaspora Panel, the voice of the diaspora. My name is Deji Olaiya, and I am based in the Republic of Ireland. I do have with me Mr. Olaitan Adedigba, who is based in the United States of America. Mr. Adedigba, you are welcome to today's meeting.
Yeah, it's my pleasure being here this afternoon.
Thank you again for tuning in. If you are one of our viewers and you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscription button. It is free of charge. It means that anytime we do a new video, you'll be one of the first people to know about it. And please, if you have any questions or you have any queries or you have any important news you want to tell us, please send your emails to info@diasporapanel.com. Today, we are going to be discussing about the Biafran question. And Laitan, this is what we're going to be discussing today. So the first question I'm going to ask you, Laitan, is now, we do have a situation in Nigeria, in the southeastern part of Nigeria, where we have this unknown gunmen. It's a situation that's been going on for well over 1 year. We do know that this was caused by the people of the Southeast, the Igbo people, who wants to have their own separate country. It's a separatist movement that has caused this. And they're agitating, to have their own separate country. And because there is no clause for referendum in the Constitution, the federal government and the successive federal government has not been able to do anything about it. And so there is a lot of killings going on in the Southeast, which is very, very painful because a lot of good people are getting killed. A lot of, hardworking people are getting killed. Now, we know that the Igbos, they are very, very industrious people. They are very clever. They are very hardworking. In fact, they have only 5 states, which is too small for them, and they've spread themselves all over Nigeria. We have millions of them in Lagos, in Kano, in Kaduna, in Port Harcourt, in many parts of Nigeria. And in fact, Nigeria is even small for them, that they've spread themselves to every other part of the world. Yeah, you can find them in Europe, in America, in all these places. So the question I want to be asking, first of all, the question is, should we not, allow for a referendum in Nigeria? Is it good to just keep people in a union by force? Or do you think that, Nigeria should allow for people to be in a union by choice?
Yeah, the question is divided into two. It has a remote and immediate cause. The remote cause is the regionalism that we were practicing at the inception of Nigeria, when the entity called Nigeria, where each region, they were developing at their pace. If it had been allowed, if it has not been abolished by Aguiyi Rose, I'm saying with us due respect, Yoruba nation will have been, Yoruba region, the region called Yoruba, the Western region, will have better than Yoruba today. I'm telling you, the Yoruba, the pace we were moving, what Obama introduced, the health care that he introduced, started in Yoruba nation, the Western region. Everybody, the education was free, the health was free, the students were given scholarship, the students, they were being paid. Even if you had admission in overseas country, you will go there, or you will go on scholarship, right? So all the other region, there would have been deep rivalry. The Eastern state will Yoruba, they should not be allowed. They want to march up with the pace. The Northern will want to march, but Aguiyi Rose came and they disrupted what we call, ironically, Aguiyi was an Igbo man. So the Igbo, the Igbo, what we are fighting for, they are fighting for injustice. One, they are in the minority. They cannot be allowed to rule. So the issue will be between the Hausa and the Yoruba, the Hausas and the Yoruba. They will just be doing it but until they realize and they come to the main, and they are headers. They don't want, they just want to be aligned with the crumbs that is coming. So they want to participate too. So there is no way it's just a fight of injustice. But the people, they feel cheated, they feel annihilated because of their religion, because of their nationality. They can't come there to the forefront. So that is what is causing all this uproar. And I'll be saying it, that where there is injustice, there will not be any fairness. Right? Everybody will just be saying, okay, we want this, we want that. So until we go back to the basis, right? The Constitution of 1963 and 1979, we should amend it. The Constitutional Conference too, we should look into it. How are we going to incorporate everybody into the system? The leadership, it matters. Our leaders, they should know that they are there to serve, not to serve the country, not themselves. The moment they are serving themselves, they are leaving people at the detriment of wallowing in unspeakable privation, not able to eat. People is wrong. Everybody who are in position of authority in Nigeria, they are there to cheat. They are there to embezzle. They are there to do everything. So they don't believe that they are there to serve the people. Until the people realize that, okay, we are voting you, right? Nobody should collect anything from them before you vote for them. So they are interested, and they can be called upon. You can call them back. So that is it.
Yeah, like that. So do you think that Nigeria should allow for a referendum to take place so that the Igbos can determine their own fate?
I think it is high time, because the Igbo, they are calling for referendum. They want to go. Let them go if they want to go. Right? You cannot keep them, right? And be saying that you don't want to give them what they want, and you want to keep them where there is no justice, there will not be any peace. So you should allow them to go. There should be referendum. If they want to stay, they should stay. If they want to go, let them go. You cannot keep them in a system that it's not going forward for them. They can't become the president. They can't become whatever they want to become. They can't hold any office. And whenever they hold office, they always feed the office with their own people. Like the recent case, where the PAMSEC in the Ministry of Labor, where this man was holding for the former Anambra State governor, Dr. I forgot the name now. The former Anambra State governor, Dr. Ngige, and the PS was an Igbo. The PS employed 131 people from Anambra State, and from Katsina State, he employed only one. From Rivers State, he employed only one person. So they now asked him, why are you employing people from one people? He said they fill up the gap, not the recruitment. So he said they didn't recruit, but they fill up the gap. So I said, okay. And when you give people an inch, they will tread the miles. So that is them for you.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, first of all, there's something you said that I want to comment on about this issue of being marginalized. I don't really think that, in a sense, I don't really think there's any region in Nigeria that has been marginalized, because if you look at the different geopolitical zones, now the Southeast zone, which the Igbos are the Southeast zone, the first president of Nigeria, his name is Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, is from the Southeast. Aguiyi Ironsi who is the first head of state, is from the southeast part of Nigeria. Goodluck Jonathan is also from the southeast, even though you can say that's south about in terms of region, that's where he's from. And when you look at the southwest, for example, we have only had Obasanjo, and then we've had Tinubu now, and then there was Shoneka. 3. When you look in the northwest, you've had Tafawa Balewa, you've had Shehu Shagari, and then you have Murtala Mohammed. That's from the northwest. Abacha was from the northeast. You understand? Now, when you look at the middle belt, that's where you have Babangida, that's where you have Abdulsalam Abubakar. So when you look at the numbers of president and head of state we have, you can see that it's spread all over the place. But having said that, to go back to to go back to our discussion of today. Now, if there's a referendum, which means the Igbos will have to go and vote whether they want to be part of Nigeria, remain part of Nigeria, or if they want to have their own separate country. Do you think it will be beneficial for the Igbos to be their own separate country?
I'm telling you, that will be the best thing for the Igbos. Because I remember Ojukwu coming to Lagos. He said the Igbos, they will regret not building their father's land, but building Lagos, doing a lot of things, building high-rising edifices in Lagos. Right, that they should come down to the eastern part of the country and develop it. By so doing, if they do referendum today, the people will develop their land, and people will be going there to go and buy whatever they are producing. Right, in terms of maybe Igbo made everything, all this stuff, the phone, the computer, all these things, they will be building it. But they just came to Lagos, they are looking for survival, they are doing this, all this. No, they should go back to the hinterland, right? Make it habitable for people. The seaport is there, So all these things, Igbo will be developed. I trust these people. They will develop their own land, and they will be better for it. I'm telling you the real fact. So it is better that they allow them to go and develop their own land. Like, because they are laying claim that they built Lagos, they did this, they did that. Let them go and do it in their own fatherland. So it will be better for them.
Okay. So let's welcome, I think Shukwa is coming, is joining us. So she's going to join in a couple of minutes. Now, okay. When you look at the Igbos and the Igbo country, you can see that the Igbos, they are, as I said before, they're a majority tribe in Nigeria, and their land is not enough for them. That's why they've dominated the economy in Nigeria, dominated the business. And in fact, they're all over the world. Now, if they do vote to set up their own separate country, which means that all the Igbos in Lagos, in Kaduna, in Port Harcourt, in Kano, in every other part of Nigeria will have to go back to the southeast, to the 5 states in the southeast. Do you think this is the good option for them? Because apparently they can't vote that they want to leave and then stay back. They will have to go to their country.
Like I said earlier on, where they are saying they want to live, it is impossible for the federal government, right, to repress their claims. Let them go, right? Let them go and build their country, their region. And the more they go there, the more their people are know that this is their region. They want to build it. Let them build it. It will be better for them. And people will be coming there to come and do whatever they want to do. But they still want to they want to stay in Lagos, and they want to stay in the southern part. People will be buying stuff for them, right? Because they know that they can thrive in Yoruba land. That's why they are doing all this stuff that they can't do in their own territory. Right? Igbo cannot become Anabria cannot become a minister, commissioner in Edo, in Enugu. In Enugu cannot become somebody cannot become a commissioner or anything in another Igbo state. So it's wrong. So for the federal government to stay to make sure that they repress their claims. So let them go back. Let them go back to their region.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me welcome our brother, Mr. Lawal, who is based in Canada. Mr. Lawal, you are welcome to today's meeting.
Thank you for having me, and sorry for coming late.
Unfortunately, we are just at the tail end of the conversation. So I'll just allow you to make a comment, just briefly. So we are discussing the Biafra question. So we know that there's been this unknown gunmen issue going on in the Southeast for a long time, which is causing a lot of security concerns in Nigeria. So we are saying that you cannot keep people in a union by force of arms. So possibly it will be very, very good for the federal government to allow for a referendum to take place so that the Igbos can decide by themselves if they want to continue as being part of Nigeria, maybe in a restructured Nigeria, or if they want to, be their own country. So my concern, my question now is, the Igbos, as we know them, they are very industrious, they are very dominant, they are very businessy, they are very clever, they are all over the world, dominating the whole world. So if they now vote, let's assume if they vote that they want to have their own country, which then means that all the over 1 million or 2 million Igbos in Lagos, and millions of them in Kano, in Kaduna, in Port Harcourt, in Jos, in Maiduguri, they will all have to go back to their 5 states. So the question I'm asking, is that a good option for them?
Thank you. So I don't think it necessarily means that they will all have to go back. I mean, there will probably be a change in their status, but they will probably all have to collect, new passports, and will all have to, modify whatever their residency is in any part of Nigeria, actually, including Lagos. I think there's also quite a huge number of Easterners in Kano State, as well as Kaduna. So I think something would definitely need to be worked out in terms of what would be the status of those who would be claiming, for example, Biafran citizenship. And I'm sure that is something that can be worked out. I do agree with your larger notion that you cannot keep people in a union by force. I always look at the union as a marriage. A marriage is a union of two willing participants. And the moment one entity says, I'm no longer interested, you can't force the other party to be in there. I think it is very, very clear from what we have today that the current structure we have in Nigeria today is grossly unfair, and it's not working. It's clearly not working. So I think it's important that the structure of what Nigeria would be as a federation needs to be renegotiated. All of the stakeholder parties need to all come to the table. And we've had this, I think prior to the First Republic, where there were, massive consultations. Each of the various regions actually put the debates through their various houses before an agreement was made, to form the federation. I believe at that time, Northern Cameroon actually decided, not to be a part of it. So it's not anything that is too difficult. I think it will be in the best interest of everybody so that Nigerians can negotiate what the new union would look like, and we can all move forward from there.
Yeah. So, Lighton, just let me ask you the last question so you can have the last word. So, I think Shoko has made some sense, and they don't all have to be, but we have to look at it in a way that, there are a lot of Igbos now who are employed in ministries in Abuja, in Lagos, and all these federal ministries. Most of them are in banks in Lagos. And so if they vote to leave, that means they're no longer Nigerians. So they have to go back home. And a lot of them, doing business because they are Nigerians. That's how they were able to do business in Lagos, for example, in Kano. So if they vote to leave, they're going to lose all those privilege. I mean, just like a Ghanaian can come to Nigeria and say, I want to work in Federal Ministry of something.
Yes.
So that's why I'm asking that, should we advise our brothers from the Southeast that this is not an option that they should take? It's a bait.
But I said it earlier on. It is the injustice in the land that is causing the rebellion. That we want to part, we are threatening those to part, let them part, because they are discontented, right? If they are happy in the union, they won't say, nobody will say they want to exit the union, they are contented. I mean, they are happy, but they are not happy. So if they want to go, let them go. Like Shupo said, there will be change of status. People who has been a citizen will no more be a citizen. Then they will be able to get a visa or passport to enter into this place, to the southern part, to Nigeria, to come and do. You want to go to Biafra, so be it. It's all well and good. They will even develop their own state, their own region, faster than, and that they will be ending the rivalry. That okay, their leaders, they will be able to develop whatever they have there. So after all, when there was regional system in Nigeria, they were living on something. They were sustaining themselves, right? And the Yorubas, I mean, the Western region, they were sustaining themselves. The Hausa, the Northern region, they are sustaining themselves, right? So let them go if they want to go. They are, I mean, unfortunately, they will not come back to come and say, okay, they were born in Yoruba land, they want to go and do this. Everything we have to change. So everybody will have the social security number, we will have the ID card, they will do the background check, they will do everything. So let them go if they want to go. Then they will go and develop, they will be contented with whatever they ask. They are demanding for it. Not that they should be killing themselves. They want to go, they should not come to market. They declare holiday, they declare nobody should go out, they declare curfew. They do all these things, they are killing themselves. Anybody in the park, they will kill them. Anybody is going in the street, they will be shooting them. For what? Why should they resort into self-help? Because they want to be Biafra.
I think there's a larger question to add to what Mr. Lighton just said, because if you look at what is happening, Kano is still being held by DSS on the orders of the federal government. But Sheikh Gumi just last week just said something that in my opinion he should have been arrested for inciting violence. So these are the types of things that we see in Nigeria, that it seems as if it is only some parts of the country that have been, when it comes to some parts of the country, the laws are very much executed. But when it comes to other parts of the country, they are kind of left to their own will. So to say that there is justice in Nigeria is actually inaccurate. There is no justice. And I think it would be unfair to say people should continue to, must continue to be a part of a union where they are being treated like second or third class citizens. That should not be. But I also agree that, Nigeria is not a society where peaceful resolution or peaceful protest has any effect. We don't have a federal government, I'm sorry to say, that deals with its citizens as human beings. I don't even think the way the federal government deals with Nigerians, it deals with them as citizens, because citizens are supposed to have rights in their own countries. This is the problem. So I think Nigeria is long overdue for restructuring. Whether that new structure will be, we go back to the regional system, whether states will have the ability to band together, whether it will be Nigeria will be broken into 6 whatever it is, but it is evident that the current structure is unjust and it's not working.
Thank
I
you.
mean, so
just finish your thought. Finish your thought.
Yeah. So this is something, and for the interest of Nigeria, so that the country can heal and the country can move forward very quickly, I think it is something that needs to be done sooner than later.
Thank you. Later, you are going to say something.
Yeah, I reiterated what he just said earlier before he came, that where there is injustice, right, there will not be any peace. The political class are the problems in Nigeria. And some people who everybody wants to belong to that class, the ruling class. Once you belong to the ruling class, you don't want to listen to the downtrodden again. So that is what is causing the problem. The people, they disengage themselves from these people they are ruling. Once you know that these people you are ruling, right, you are serving them, everything will be, all this the cry for self-governance is as a result of injustice meted to these people. Because some people in the north, they can do anything, nobody will query them. But look at the case in study was these people carry gun in the north in the name of say that
Boko Haram. Yeah.
Boko Haram. But the Biafran warlords, they are arresting them. So you see what we are talking about, that is injustice. And there is injustice, there will not be any peace. Right? So these people they have a valid claim that they want to go. Right? No doubt about it. It's a valid claim that we want to go. We are not being represented. We are not being treated fairly in a country that belongs to us. They see us as second class. So everybody, even in the Yoruba land too, they keep people in they wanted to kill Igbo for fighting for the Yorubas. These are the people. It's a cry for justice. All these people saying they are saying the valid thing. They are crying for justice. So it's valid. So we need to those people who are going to those people who are going to represent us, I believe they will not be teleguided.
Okay,
those people are ruling the ruling class.
Our time is fast. Yeah. So we just reached the end of today's conversation. Just to balance, whatever we have said. To be honest, the Boko Haram and the militants in the north are actually being killed by the Nigerian army and by Nigerian military. So it is not that the Nigerian military are only engaging the unknown gunmen in the southeast. They're also engaging the militants in the north, and they are killing them in hordes. So we've come to the end of today's deliberation. I want to say thank you so much for coming to this meeting, Mr. Olatandediba Ode from America. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And Mr. Olalawal from Canada, thank you also for coming to this meeting.
Thank you for having me.
And for all our viewers, thank you for viewing. And please, again, if you have not yet subscribed, please hit that button to subscribe. It's free of charge. And if you have any information for us, please send your email to info@diasporapanel.com. Until we see you again next week, Sunday. Thank you. Goodbye.